documentary on System of a Down Serge Tankian. That is going to be called Truth to Power. And it's going to focus kind of entirely on his like history of activism and the role that he played in the 2018 Armenian Revolution. So I don't know if it's going to be like very music centric, but it's going to have footage of various different people in interviews, such as like other System of a Down members, Rick Rubin's in this one as well, your boy Tom Morello, and a whole bunch of other people. And that is going to be coming out on February 19th.
All right, cool.
And this one's a head scratcher. And this isn't a documentary. This is a biopic. Scott Stapp is going to play Frank Sinatra in a Ronald Reagan biopic.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I just don't understand why that's a thing.
Well, I mean, look, people love to take shots at Scott Stapp and make fun of him and laugh at him. And it's like, the thing to do. And I think it's kind of bullshit, honestly. I mean, the guy sold a cajillion records as the singer in Creed. It's similar to like a Nickelback situation where Nickelback, people love to, make fun of Nickelback or joke about Nickelback. You know what? I don't care if you like the band or not, and I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not a massive Creed fan or a massive Nickelback fan, but I never got that. It's like, if you're in a position where you have created a bunch of hit singles and sold millions of records, or whatever period of your career, that's a hell of a lot more than a lot of other people have done. So in rock for sure. So I don't have any, I'm not like a super fan of either artist, but the thing with Stapp is people love to get on him and goof on him. And yeah, the guy has had his problems. And yeah, I'm sure there's times and the guy has been a major dick. He'll probably be the first to tell you that. I don't know him that well. I've met him a couple times and, he was nice to me, but I don't know him that well. But still, I mean, who knows if he can act? Maybe he can act. I'm sure it's not a major role in the thing, but I don't think they would have cast the guy as, because he was the singer in Creed. I'm sure he probably auditioned, and I don't think a filmmaker is going to let the guy ruin his film if he didn't capture the part and do it well. So I'm keeping an open mind about it, and I wish him luck with it.
Yeah, it's just odd because he has 0 acting credits to his name. He doesn't look like Frank Sinatra at all. He doesn't sing like Frank Sinatra at all. So I'm scratching.
Little Steven had 0 acting credits to his name and became a major actor in The Sopranos. Major. So, and now he continues to act. So, I mean, that's what I mean. I mean, there's a precedent for that. That's happened before. So I don't know. I think it's just that the world loves to, snicker whenever his name is mentioned. It's a very similar thing to Nickelback. It's one of those things that people love to hate. I remember I asked Chad Kroger about that. What's that about with Nickelback that he thinks? And I'll never forget the answer he gave because it was really funny. He said, we're the cilantro of rock. People either love us or hate us, or they love to hate us. And it's just, I think when something gets so big, so quick and has that moment, people, there's always a little bit of a backlash. But look, if Creed ever played again, and I've mentioned this to Mark Tremonti because, I love Alter Bridge, and Alter Bridge is 3/4 Creed. Mark my words as I sit here at the end of 2020, there will be a day somewhere in the very near future that I believe, and I don't know this because anyone told me, I just suspect, that you will see Creed come back and headline or close to headline major rock festivals. Because all of that stuff, after a certain period of time, suddenly becomes like, I remember. Yeah, this was kind of fun. Yeah, I want to see this again. Yeah, those are huge songs. You don't go and put out records that sell 4 or 5 million copies and just get swept under the rug. Look at Limp Bizkit. They're another one, and I'm not a fan, but they're another one that got huge and then got shit on. And suddenly, if you've looked closely in the last couple of years, they're showing up in major positions on rock festivals. It all comes around. And when after a certain period of inactivity, the offers get bigger, and suddenly all of a sudden what it got goofed on is looked at as like, oh yeah, these were great songs. This is kind of cool. Yeah, I like this. And suddenly you go into a rock festival and these bands are headlining or close to headlining one of the days. Seen it a million times. But yeah, it's a weird thing to think about, but who knows? They'll put him in some makeup and costume, and maybe he can act. We'll find out. But I'm not going to jump on it until I see how he does.
Alrighty. Next one. Not necessarily the most rock and roll, but a guy who definitely lived a rock and roll lifestyle. Rick James is getting not only a biopic, but it's a biographical series. So it's going to cover every...
As he should.
Yeah.
With his story, he could use a month.
I mean, cocaine's a hell of a drug. But according to the Hollywood Reporter, the studio is describing the series as, quote, a funkadelic mix of a music biopic and true crime. And if you don't know, Rick James went to jail for a while because he was charged with assault and kidnapping, and there was a whole bunch of crack cocaine stuff involved.
Like women chained in his basement.
It was all kinds of crazy shit. So... Universal is developing this. No streaming service or, other thing has bought it yet, but they're developing it right now, and it's going to go from the 60s through his mid-90s comeback, which was then derailed by the whole legal women chained up.
By the whole women chained in the basement. Just so you know, that little detail, all right. Well, there's a story there to be told.
That's the one I'm most excited for, dude, because if you haven't seen Chappelle Show, Charlie Murphy's True Hollywood Stories on Rick James, it's some of the best TV you'll ever see in your entire life.
All right, I got to see it.
A little bit of sad news.
Wait, are you done on the documentaries?
Yes.
Because I got a couple I need to mention real quick as well. There is first of all, I caught wind of this yesterday. I don't know much about it, but there's a biopic being done on Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee.
Oh, yeah. How did I forget to mention that to you? Jesus.
And their sex tape or something. So if you would like to see a recreation of an actor driving a boat with his dick, you'll have that opportunity.
That will be Sebastian.
Who doesn't need that?
Sebastian Stan, who's the guy who plays Winter Soldier in all the Marvel movies, he's going to play Tommy.
He's going to honk the horn of the boat with his dick?
Probably. I mean, his dick, fake dick.
Yeah, it might need a prosthetic like Mark Wahlberg had at the end of Boogie Nights.
Oh, God.
Like, who thinks of that? Like, I'm all for, music-related things, but who, in what pitch meeting is like, yeah, it'd be great to cast some actors and do a reenactment and a biopic on Pam and Tommy. Like, I don't know. I'm just not, I have no interest in any of that celebrity, tabloidy, who was with who relationship shit. I don't know. I guess I'm too much of a music purist. I just have no interest in that stuff.
Well, apparently it's going to be like a heist kind of thing, because Seth Rogen is also cast in it, and he's cast as the guy who steals the tape. So it's going to be like stealing the tape and then all the legal shit. I don't know.
Maybe some drama behind it, and they're going to, I'm sure they're going to embellish it. I don't think Tommy or Pam are involved. Nope. I'm sure it's one of those workarounds and one of those things you're going to see on one of those, reenactment channels on TV or something. Two other quick things as far as documentary stuff is concerned. There's a documentary, and I had a chance to watch it. It's called Long Live Rock, Celebrate the Chaos, coming out on March 12th. I watched it already. I had an advance of it. It's done. It was worked on by one of the guys who works for Danny Wimmer Presents, Gary Spivak, who's a friend and a partner in that company that puts on all those big rock films. It's very different than what I thought it was going to be, because I thought it was going to be a documentary about the rock festivals they produce, Rock on the Range, or whatever that's called now, Sonic Temple or whatever. I thought it was going to be about all these rock festivals they produce and how they brought it back and the artists and all that. It's really not. It's really about rock fans. There's a segment in it about drug use. There's positive stuff. There's cautionary stuff. It's a mix of a lot of different things, but that's coming out. It's a little bit down the road, but March 12th. And last night, I stumbled upon a little 1-hour documentary on Tom Petty called Won't Back Down. And it was on the Reels channel. And I don't know if you guys have seen that channel. Some people get it, some don't. REELZ. I've been on a bunch of shows on there doing commentary. There's a show with reenactments called Breaking the Band. But this was actually